Welcome to 3 Minute Gaming News, your one stop to get all your daily gaming news in just 3 minutes. Well, the rumours were true. There was indeed a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase today, and there's a lot of news of games coming to the Switch 2 device. Announced as coming from Bethesda are Fallout 4, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. As well as this, Nintendo announced that the first Hollow Knight game is shadow dropping on the Switch 2 device today with enhanced visuals, and Switch 1 owners of the game can upgrade to the Switch 2 version for free. There was so much other news announced as well, such as amiibos for Grace and Leon for the Switch 2 version of Resident Evil Requiem, Super Bomberman, Turok, and more, so you can check out full details online now. Starfield rumours now, as the reported Switch 2 version of the game may have been delayed or even outright cancelled. Now, there's been no confirmation of this, however, known insider Shinobi has said that the game has been pushed out and may not release at all. The PS5 version of the game is reportedly still very much alive, however, and may even drop at the beginning of April, with 2 different versions of the game available, a standard and a deluxe version of the game. So we'll see how much of this Starfield news comes true. And finally, PlayStation have revealed new details about the upcoming Horizon Hunters Gathering co-op game coming to PC and PS5. Now, the game is set within the Horizon universe, and this is a tactical co-op game allowing 3 players to team up as heroic hunters to protect the world. They've also gone to state that while they are working on this game, they are still very much committed to making single player experiences. So, if you're a fan of Horizon, does this game pique your interest? Let me know below. Welcome to 3 Minute Gaming News, your one stop to get all your daily gaming news in just 3 minutes. PlayStation have released this month's PS Plus games that users can download now and keep for as long as they have an active subscription. The games available are Undisputed, Subnautica Below Zero, Ultros, and Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. 4 very different types of games here, so hopefully there's a little bit of everything to please everyone. Obsidian Entertainment have announced that both The Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed failed to meet their sales expectations, and that The Outer Worlds 2 underperformed to the point where they aren't planning on making a third one now. The company have said they're focused on making more games in the universe of Avowed or Pillars of Eternity, obviously they share a universe, and they'd further go on to state that Grounded 2, which is still currently in early access, has been performing great. They also said that releasing 3 big games within the space of 1 year is a bad thing for the company and sales. Nintendo have just added 2 more Game Boy games to the Nintendo Switch Online game collection. Newly added are Balloon Kid and Yoshi, which was developed by Game Freak, who you all know from the Pokemon games. These are available now, so get them while you can. And finally, in extremely unsurprising news to anyone who lives over here in the UK, video game retailer Game have announced they are closing their last 3 remaining standalone stores, which I honestly didn't even know still existed. This means all that remains is the online storefront and their concession stores that are within Sports Direct and the House of Fraser shops. So does this news surprise you? I'm assuming probably not either. Welcome to 3 Minute Gaming News, your one stop to get all your daily gaming news in just 3 minutes. Sony has patented issued in the USA for a touchscreen controller. Yep, you heard that right. According to the description, the face of the controller would be covered in a touchscreen, which would allow players to place buttons of the controller wherever they wished, whether this is for personal choice or accessibility issues. Now, to me, this sounds horrible to use. I actually like proper buttons. Trying to play games on my phone where you've got like the little D-pad, it just doesn't really vibe with me. But what are your thoughts on this? Rumours suggest there's a Nintendo Direct happening this week that'll be dedicated to third-party games. The last Nintendo Direct that was focused on third-party games saw Star Wars Outlaws, Octopath Traveler 0, Final Fantasy Tactics, Monster Hunter Stories 3 and more showcased. The rumoured date for this is February 5th, so we'll see if this is true. And if so, just what is shown off in a few days' time. Highguard has already added a new 5v5 raid mode to the game. The catch, however, it was only for the weekend. Described as being experimental, it appears this was to test out the larger group setting as opposed to the 3v3 mode the game currently has. that has been criticised by players since release. And finally, Kinetic Games, the developers behind Phasmophobia, have laid out a roadmap for 2026, which gives a lot of hints towards what is to come for the game. Now you can see the full roadmap online, but mentioned is the Switch 2 version, 4 seasonal events, 2 reworked maps, 1 new location, and more major updates. So, for any Phasmophobia fans out there, it could be a good year for content. Welcome to 3 Minute Gaming News, your one stop to get all your daily gaming news in just 3 minutes. Team Ninja's latest game, Neo 3, which drops February 6th, currently has a 6-month PlayStation exclusivity. Now this information can be seen at the bottom of the trailer in the small print, which has now led to speculation online that the game could potentially come to Xbox or Switch. Now, Neo 3 is available on PC as well, however all the other Neo games from Team Ninja have been PlayStation only in the past. So, will we see history repeat itself, or are they going to break the trend? Today, February 3rd, sees the release of the next Helldivers 2 update, Siegebreakers. This update will see the addition of 2 new armor sets, a new LAS-16 primary weapon, 3 new stratagems, new patterns, a new shield throwable, new player banners, capes, emotes and player titles. So if it's been a while since you dipped into the game, or you've been waiting for a new update to dive back on in, it looks like today could be your day. Sad news now for Switch fans of Apex Legends, as Respawn Entertainment have announced they are closing down the servers for the game on the original Switch device. However, Switch 2 users will remain unaffected, unsurprisingly. This upcoming Season 29 will be the final update that the original Switch will receive, and then when Season 30 starts, on August 4th, the game will become unplayable on the device. So you still have a few more months to enjoy your handheld version of the game, if you haven't upgraded to the Switch 2 yet. And finally, Borderlands 4's 2026 roadmap is live online, so let's cover some of the stuff players can look forward to this year. Already out is the new photo mode update. Quarter 1 will see the release of a paid bounty pack and a paid story pack, as well as what is being called free content. Quarter 2 has Raid Boss 2 and what is called Takedown dropping as free content, as well as more paid DLC in the form of Bounty Pack 3, and finally Quarter 3 is all paid DLC with the planned release of Bounty Packs 4 and 5 as well as Story Pack 2. So there's a lot of planned DLC coming this year, as that's not even the full breakdown, so make sure you check the rest of the timeline out online. Welcome to 3 Minute Gaming News, your one stop to get all your daily gaming news in just 3 minutes. Let's start with a game we hardly talk about here, Diablo 4. Now we know that a new Paladin class is being added to the game with the new Lord of Hatred expansion. However, data miners have discovered during the latest public test round that a new Warlock class is also mentioned within the game files. Also discovered to go alongside this is artwork suggesting what is being described as a dark spellcaster using a sword and harnessing red magic in the shape of a demon fist. There's been no confirmation of a new Warlock class, or even another new class being added besides the Paladin, so it'll be interesting to see if this is true, and if not, what all this data is referring to. Wildlight Entertainment is already adding a major update to the game Highguard. Being added to the game is a new warden named Ekon, a shapeshifter who can transform into a direwolf, which makes him faster than the mounts the other wardens use. The devs are also adding a regular wolf mount to the game too, and other features being added include a new map called Skydrift, which can be used for the 3v3 or 5v5 modes, bug fixes and quality of life edits. Xbox Game Pass added a bunch of new titles to the service this February. Games coming include High on Life 2, Relooted, Blaze Burr Entropy Effect X, Roadside Research, Star Sand Island, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and Avowed. These all drop between now and February 17th, so if any take your interest, make sure you get them played. And finally, World of Warcraft have teased it might update 2 of its major cities within the game. Both Stormwind and Orgrimmar have been mentioned as places that Blizzard would like to reimagine, but the company's been hesitant and would first like to see how the revamp to the Blood Elf capital Silvermoon, coming in a new Midnight expansion, is received by players. That was your 3-minute gaming news. We'll see you tomorrow.